mamas to today's training. I am so excited that you are here. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this. And I hope that this training can really open your mind to a lot of really good things that can change in your life for good. My training is going to really focus on how to start your own virtual bookkeeping without having to have a degree, a fancy office, or having to sacrifice your time with family. Like, that is my main purpose of this whole webinar training for you, so that you can learn all of that and be home with your family, which honestly is my #1 priority as a mother. My goals for these web classes, again, for this training, is going to be especially to prove that in order to be a mama who makes money, you don't have to have a successful career, and you don't have to choose between having a career and staying at home. Like, you can be both, right? You don't have to sacrifice so much of your time to choose to work away from home, or to be able to have at a job that you really don't enjoy or don't like. Like, you don't need that. I promise you, you don't. And I'm going to show and prove to you why you don't need that stuff, why you don't need to leave your home, right? You can master at being an amazing mother, and you can master at having a business too. Like, that is my main goals for you, and I know that you are going to benefit from this 100%. So I just want to get some clarity and kind of make sure that this is for you, right? So I don't want to waste your time, because obviously time for me is super, super valuable. So this is for you if you have ever wanted to have some time freedom and you never want to miss a family event, like ever, right? If you want to provide a full-time or even a part-time income just to bring a little bit more money home and, like, you know, have extra cash here and there, right? This is also for you if you want to have the confidence to run your own legit business. And when I mean your own legit business, mamas, I'm talking about you don't have to be selling stuff. You don't have to go do parties. You don't have to, like, you know, sell a product that is not even yours. Like, this is a legit service-based business that you are going to run. You're going to call the shots. So this is for you if that's the style of business that you're looking for. This is also for you if you have a degree and you're really not doing anything with it, okay? This is really also for you, especially for you, if you do not have a degree, but you want a fulfilling career, right? Sometimes I think when we don't have a degree, we think that we cannot have a good job, right? Or we cannot have a good position. But I'm here to tell you that you can, and this is for you. So hang on, okay? This is also for you if you desire to feel fulfilled professionally and have a challenging career, right? Like, I personally love, love, love being a mother, but I also like to be challenged, and I also like to grow professionally. So this is for you if you can relate, okay? This is also for you if you like to be on computers, you like numbers, and you have an interest in business finance. Now, why I say that, because you don't have to be a math genius. You really do not have to be, like, pro and good at math to do this, but you do have to be comfortable with numbers and basic, you know, math, right? Addition, subtraction, division, percentage, maybe even, and you like to be on the computer, because this does require a lot of computer work, and you have some interest in business finances. Now, you don't have to be a pro at this, but you have to at least have this interest in it. So if you can relate yourself with any of these things, this is for you, okay? Now, a quick disclaimer, this is not a get rich quick scheme, okay? So anyone promising you to get rich, please run. Anyone promising you the world of making hundreds of thousands of dollars real quick, please run. And if you do come across something that makes you rich real quick, please let me know. Like, I would love to know something that can make me rich without doing any work. Like, that'd be pretty awesome, right? So just, you know, I want to let you guys know that this also is going to depend always on the action you take. I cannot stress this enough. I cannot do the work for you, but I can guide you, support you, give you everything you need, everything in itself. But the results are always going to depend on the action you take. And working from home is not for everyone, and that's okay too, right? So sometimes we have an idea that working from home is, you know, so amazing, or that you're never going to have problems, you're never going to have issues, you're just going to have time for everything. But it's not always that case. But, you know, working from home is really not for everyone, and that is okay too. And the growth of your firm will always and 100% always be depending on you, okay? So depending your effort, depending the action, depending what you are doing for the growth of your business and your firm is always going to depend on you, okay? And again, this is not a degree or certification. I am not, associated with any college or anything like that to give you or grant you any college credits, okay? Oh, so you're gonna say, okay, Noemi, what do you know? Like, who are you? Like, why are you teaching me this stuff, right? So I am an accounting and tax professional, and I have over 10 years of experience. I've been doing this for a very, very long time. Real quick, and just because I like to be super honest and I like to really be open about how my life is and what I do and what I don't do, who I am, who I am not. I honestly don't have a degree, all right? I have college credits. I did go to college and I did study, but life happens, and yeah, I did not get my degree. You know, it just became really hard for me to do that. I actually come from a family of entrepreneurs. My parents have a business, my brother has businesses, my uncles have businesses. So like literally running a business goes in my blood. Like there's so many people in my family that have their own business. I also have worked super closely with accountants to gain my knowledge. I worked very, very closely with some really good accounting firms here in my area, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But I always surround myself by professionals, by building in a network that I know I can fall back and rely in case I have questions, in case I get stuck on something. I am not alone. My network is super, super huge with CPAs, EAs, tax professionals, bookkeeping professionals, accountants, you know, anything in that field, IRS agents, even lawyers and stuff like that, that I've been able to build connections and network with people like that, that allows me to really, really have a fallback, a place to go ask a question or someone to go ask a question in case I get stuck on something. So I don't even do this alone, even though it's my own business, but I have an amazing support. And I've been actually running my own business and tax, my bookkeeping and tax firm for the past 5 years from my home. So it is my business. I've been able to be successfully running it for some time now. And I continue to seek knowledge every time I can. Just because I did not go to college does not mean I don't take continuing education classes. That is actually something that is a must, and I schedule into my calendar throughout the year of continuing my education, and I'm always seeking knowledge. So this is me right here. My name is Noemi Aguilar Horta. I am a virtual accounting and tax professional, and I am the founder of the Mom Accounts Bookkeeping course. That's me when I kind of, do my hair and stuff. Honestly, you're probably thinking, Noemi, you really look put together, but I promise you it is not that hard to putting myself together, because a good lipstick really gets you a long way. So like really a lot of these things is just my lipsticks, because I love lipsticks and I love colors and lips. For some reason, lipsticks just really get me in a mood. Let me know if that is something you like, and if what is your favorite color. I'm always open to colors. But if you saw my lipstick collection, you would be like, oh my gosh, Noemi, what is wrong with you? Like, I think I have a problem, honestly. But again, that is me. It's a little bit about what I love to do. I love my lipsticks, and I love to play with colors. And I really want to tell you a little bit about myself and my family. So this is me and my husband. Yes, we are high school sweethearts. We met in high school. We were actually teen parents. So that is a whole story in itself, and we'll get into that story another day. But we met in high school. We fell in love, and we were blessed with 3 beautiful children. My oldest, Jorge, which I had him when I was 15. Georgie, he is now 15 actually. Oh my gosh, it's like crazy, I know. And then we have Isaac. He is 11 years old. He's my sweet, sweet boy. I love him so much. And then we have Sophia as well. She is my little diva. Oh my gosh, Sophia. I have gray hairs before I was 30 because of her. But it has truly been a blessing, my little miracle baby right here. And this is our family. And when you don't catch me at home running around with the kids, you're going to catch us at the ballpark. I love, love, love baseball. Baseball is a huge part of our family. Both of our boys play baseball. We're trying to convince Sophia to do softball, but we're still trying to see, because I think she's probably like fed up with baseball. But both of our boys play full-time travel teams and part-time travel teams and in-house teams. So literally my life from like March all the way till fall ball is consumed by baseball, but I would not have it any other way. I love it. And Sophia, she's still learning to get into different activities and things like that, but she really just goes with the flow. I really want to tell you a little bit, a quick story about me and why I do what I do. 7 years ago, I was working at a 9 to 5 office job as a bookkeeper and tax preparer. And during tax season, I literally had no life. I mean, I worked from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. from Monday through Saturdays, and I was only off on Sundays. Yeah, it really, really sucked. That was during tax season. And I never had time with my kids for any sports, any school activities that they have. My mornings were always rushed. Oh my gosh, that was probably the worst. I hated to be rushed in the mornings, but that's how it was. When I would get out of work, after picking them up from grandma, who is my caregiver at that time, we would be home by like 6-ish if I was getting off by 5 on outside of tax season. And it was literally clean the house, make dinner, homework, bath, and bedtime by 8:30. And that was only 2.5 hours that I had with my family. But it wasn't even quality time that I had with them. It was just the quantity time. 2.5 hours of just running around, really not even paying attention to my kids because I was busy doing other things. And that was on a regular work day when I would get off by 5, right? So during tax season, honestly, I had no life, all right? I was literally off by 8 p.m. My husband was the one who literally handled everything in the evening with the kids and all of that. And then he actually works construction. So it was pretty hard for him to like, getting all of that stuff done as well, because, he was tired. He would be tired. And that was hard for him. So I really felt guilty a lot. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I felt super, 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 super guilty. And it was such a routine that I hated. I just dreaded. I was always in the go, and my guilt, my mom guilt of leaving my kids it was just horrible. It was so, so horrible. So my kids were actually never in a sport. Again, they were just running back and forth with me. My laundry was never cut up. Oh my gosh, like, I'm not saying I have a perfect clean house right now. I promise you I don't. But during that time, it was horrible. Like, my laundry, my dishes, my dust in the house, I just couldn't keep up with it. It was just too much for me. And I never had time for myself. Like, I was putting my family on the back burner, and my work hours demanded so much of me, yet my family demanded so much more, and I wasn't there for what really mattered the most. So I wanted to go on my kids' field trips during the day. Like, these are some of the things that I wanted to do at that time, but I couldn't, right? I couldn't do this because I was stuck at work. I wanted to go on field trips with my kids. I wanted a clean home. Again, I'm not saying that I have the perfect clean house right now, but at least I didn't want to feel the pressure of always having to clean up when I came home from work and, keeping up with things here and there, right? I wanted, to go on date nights with my husband. Like, this was something that we didn't know we need. And it was just super hard to get to a date night with my husband because I was always super, super exhausted. And I wanted to be able to be homeowners. Me and my husband wanted our home. We wanted to do something, of our own. We had plans of building a home, or even just owning a house. And even though the both of us were working, honestly, we did not have money enough to buy a house. I wanted to have coffee dates. Like, I love to go out with my friends. I love to hang out with my mom and my sisters. And I just wanted to just say, hey, mom, let's go get some coffee, and not have to feel rushed because I had to get to work, or I had to schedule them in or pencil them in. And I hated that. Like, I wanted to spend quality time with the people that I cared for. But mostly, I wanted to be available to my family, when they needed me, and not have to schedule them on my off days. Like, that was horrible, that I had to literally schedule my family activities or family events in my off days. Like, that was horrible. I hated that. So when I was working at the firm, we found out that we were pregnant with our third baby. I only had my 2 boys at that time when I started working at the firm. So when me and my husband found out we were expecting, we were super, super excited. Like, it was such a joy. We were just super blessed and so happy that we were going to have another baby. But when I found out I was pregnant, I started to realize and start to really think and contemplate a lot on my family values and the time that I had. Like, I started to really think, wait, I need to be home because I'm tired. It's going to be more laundry. I have to figure out how I'm going to get, two kids to school and then the other baby to daycare. Like, I just started to kind of analyze everything that was going to happen once this third baby came. And just thinking about it made me super tired. Like, I was exhausted. I was like, I can't do this. I need to be home and I want to be home. And then, honestly, the biggest scare of my life happened. Like, this was something that up until right now that I've talked to you about it, I get shaky. My voice kind of trembles and it's super, super scary. And Eileen's pregnant. I woke up one day and I noticed that I was bleeding. So I went straight to the emergency room and I was admitted right away. I was so scared because once the doctors knew that I was pregnant, how far along I was, they admitted me like right away. I had never in my life been admitted to the emergency room so fast. And when you go to emergency rooms, they like take questionnaires and sign you in and all this stuff. But when I told them my symptoms, they took me straight to the back room. And I was so scared because even the doctors at that moment had no clue why I was bleeding. So the doctor sent me to go get an ultrasound. And while I was getting my ultrasound done, the technician was like, okay, this looks like a healthy baby. The heartbeat is good, the placenta, everything looks good. So, the technicians obviously don't know why you're there. And when the technician told me that gave me some peace. But in the end, I was still like, why is this happening? I had some relief because I knew that my baby was fine via the ultrasound, but I just didn't know honestly what was going to happen, right? I didn't know. So when I was brought back down from the emergency room after the ultrasound, the doctor came in explaining why the bleeding was happening. And at any moment, I could have had a miscarriage. That there was nothing that they could do to prevent this, and it was just a matter of time for it to happen. And they would just, have me go home, have the miscarriage happen. They explained to me what was going to happen. They said, you're going to probably have more blood come out, and you're going to have a gush of just, go to the bathroom, make sure that you're in a place where you can clean up, make sure that you're, safe. And when that happens, just come back to the hospital so we can make sure that everything was disposed correctly. When he said those words to me, it was probably the most vulnerable I had ever felt in my life. It was the most vulnerable feeling I ever had. I had no control of what was going to happen. I felt helpless. I felt so helpless because the doctors couldn't help me. I couldn't do anything about it, yet I wanted to have this baby. Like, I was so happy. Me and my husband were so happy that we were going to have our third baby. But you know what? The crazy thing happened. So when I was released from the hospital, I was supposed to go back home. I was supposed to go back home and, take care of myself and let the miscarriage happen. But you know what I actually did? I went back to work. I went back to work because I had a deadline due. I had to turn in client work. I had to make sure that my boss had his client work done. And I went back that same day to work. Towards the end of the day, I took a moment to pause and remember saying to myself, I literally put my hands in my face. I started to cry and I said, I cannot believe I chose to go back to work instead of caring for myself. Like, that hit me super, super hard. I couldn't believe I chose to go back to work instead of going home and caring for my unborn child and myself. I can't believe I made that decision that day. I don't know what I was thinking. At that moment, I knew that I had to make a decision. I either had to quit my job, be a stay-at-home mom, or I had to work part-time, but still just make enough for gas, childcare, and really take home only $100 a week after all those expenses. And it really made no sense to me. It really didn't. when I started to break down how much it was going to cost and how much I was really going to take home, even if I was working part-time, for $100 a week for being there 20 to 30 hours and still not, you know, being there for my family like they need me, it really made no sense. It really made no sense to me. So you know what I ended up doing? I actually worked until I was 7 months pregnant, and then I quit my job. And in my mind, I was sure that I was never going to go back to work, that I was going to be this perfect Martha Stewart, Pinterest, DIY mom, right? I was going to be that PTO mom that was in all the meetings. Like my husband was 100% supporting me, and he said, babe, you can stay home. Like, it's okay. We'll figure this out, but I know you, and I know you're going to do something else eventually. And that was the worst for my husband. And I love that he supported me either decision that we made. But you know what actually ended up happening is here in Chicago, I live in Chicago, the winters are no joke. So my husband works construction, and during the winter time, he gets really laid off from work a lot. So when I had my daughter, it was around December and it was really cold. 2 months after having my daughter, my husband and I talked about what if I went back to work, even if it was just part-time, because money was starting to get tight, especially in the winter. And I literally shook at the fact of going back to work. Like, I cannot go back to work. Like, I was set that I was not going to go back to work ever. So what I ended up doing, I actually did go back to work. So I want you to meet somebody, and I want you to meet somebody that really has made a huge, huge impact in my life. I love this person so much. This person is such a big, big reason why I do what I do and why I am where I am, because it's my dad. This is my dad, guys, and I want to introduce you to him. So he has a firm that does only taxes, only works during tax season. And he's been doing this for over 20 years now. I actually worked with him when I first started my journey on taxes, which was when I was around 17 years old. Remember, I was a teen mom, so I ended up working with him to learn this skill, as I also needed a little bit of money when I was a teenager. So I ended up taking a couple hours of work at my dad's tax firm to help him out throughout the day, because I asked him, hey, Dad, this is happening. And obviously, fathers are not going to let us die or not have anything to do. So I love my dad for that. And I said, do you need any help? And he said, yeah, of course, come on over. I do have some work that you can help me out. And it'll be just a couple hours a day. You can bring the baby if you need to and stuff like that. So he was going to be super, super flexible with my schedule and very comprehensive while I helped him out at the tax firm. So in the end, honestly, I wasn't really helping him. He was the one helping me. And I just knew that it was something that I needed. And I knew that it was something that it was going to help me evolve, right? So in 2015, when the tax season ended, when I was working with him, my dad spoke to me about one client that needed help with bookkeeping tasks for his business. Now, again, my dad works only with individual taxes. So he does get a lot of people that ask him about businesses. And he said, hey, this client is asking about it. I know you worked in it at the firm. What if you take on his books? And I was scared out of my mind when he asked me that. I'm not going to lie. I was super, super scared because, yes, I knew what I was doing. I did bookkeeping at the firm, but I had never done it for myself. So he gave me the name and the contact of this person. And I literally took a couple days, almost, I think like 2 weeks before I actually called the person, because I had this aha moment, right? I have been doing this all along at the accounting firm, and I knew exactly what needed to be done. This was my jam, and it was actually work that I enjoyed doing. So a gazillion questions started to go through my mind. And I went from thinking I could do this work to I must do this work. Like I literally, I'm not gonna lie, ladies, like I had a lot of questions going, but I said, hey, I have to do this. I can do this, right? So how did I start, right? I brought it up to my husband first. We had this conversation and I told him, hey, what do you think? My dad has this client that needs some help. And this is literally what I was doing at the accounting firm, but now I'm going to do it for myself. And, it's going to be a couple extra $100 a month. It's not a whole lot. It's just one person. It's not going to stress me. My daughter was a baby. So it's like, I'm not going to, go back to how I was, how everything was when I was at the firm. So he was like, okay, cool, we'll figure it out. If you think you can do this, then why not, right? Like, figure it out, see where this goes. And the first thing I did, I actually invested and I purchased a laptop. I put it on a credit card, I remember. It wasn't even my credit card, I think it was my mom's. And I told her, I'll pay it little by little. And I ended up purchasing the QuickBooks software because that's what I needed to do the books for this client. So it was so great that I was able to do that. And I had that support from my husband to say, okay, venture out, you got this. Well, let's figure it out, right? So after that, I Googled a lot. Like, honestly, well, now it's like 6 years ago. I didn't think that people can work from home doing bookkeeping. Because I was always working at an office, I thought I needed an office setting in order for me to work from home. I thought I needed a desktop. Like, I honestly did not think working from home was possible. And yeah, so I was literally Googling so much. So after I had some questions answered, I literally just went for it. Like, I'm not gonna make it, I just went for it. So within 2 years of doing this on my own, I was able to make what I was bringing home when I went part-time at the firm. So during tax time, I would still help out my dad, and we were financially okay. So it kind of worked out because during taxes, it was in the cold, right? So my husband wasn't working and it was okay. We were making it, we were fine, you know, money was not horrible. We were just getting through, right? But then again, in 2019, something else changed. And it was a year that I was able to get help. It was a year that I was not going to be helping my dad anymore during tax season because he actually no longer needed my help. So that was a really hard conversation. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, my daddy doesn't want me to work with him. Like, what am I gonna do? I'm not gonna lie. I literally cried. I really did cry when he told me, Mija, like, it's time for you to spread your wings. And the only way I can have you spread your wings on your own is not having you work with me here at the office. Oh my gosh, I cried. I really did. But I never knew that this was the kick that I needed in order for me to scale. It was in order for me to scale. So I had my side bookkeeping firm, which was considering my part-time income, right? But not having that extra income during tax time was again going to be a hardship on us. But again, it was actually a blessing. So I thank my dad really so much that he no longer needed my help. And that is what gave me pretty much the drive and push that I needed to scale my business from a part-time side hustle to my most profitable, most highest paying job I have ever worked in, ever in my life. I stopped making excuses and thinking that I didn't know how to grow my firm. And I went into tripling my clients, my income in as little as 5 months. And I currently continue to grow. This happened literally all in 2019, okay? My dad says, Mija, adios, nos vemos, like, you know, but what did I do? I literally started to put myself out there, showing and talking about what I did to friends and family on social media and in person. Every time I had the opportunity to talk about it, I did. And the referrals just started coming in, okay? Honestly, there was no magic trick to it. I stopped making excuses and making up scenarios in my mind about what ifs, okay? I stopped doing that. So best of all, I was able to grow my firm all from the comfort of my home, working part-time hours, making a full-time salary, okay? Tripling my income by only working 3 or 4 hours a day, 4 to 3 days a week. I was able to see my kids play in every sports that they were in. So where am I now? Here I am. All the things my husband and I ever wanted started to come true. Remember I talked about the things that I wished we had? Well, they actually started to happen. We were able to build our home from the ground up. I was able to go in every field trip that my kids have. Like, honestly, I am the first one to sign up and say, I can chaperone. I was at every field trip that my kids had. I was able to watch my kids play baseball, take them to baseball camps, and just be there and be at every baseball game and never miss a home run. And I was able to put our kids through school with a better education system. Unfortunately, where we were living, it wasn't the best. So it was important for us to have a good education for our kids. And we were able to afford that. We were able to have date nights. Guys, let me tell you, like, date nights is a must and a need in our household, at least once or twice a month. And we have the time to do that. We have the time to travel, guys. Like, now we can go places with our family. We can afford trips. We can go and just leave for the weekend. And most importantly, guys, I've been able to be there working from home while this little girl got into preschool, kindergarten as she's growing, and I'm able to be there for my kids. Like, everything that I had ever desired 5 years ago was finally attainable. All because I just went for it and I started my firm. And I don't say this to show off. I promise you I don't. I don't say this to, say that I am better in any way. I say and I share this with you because I know that this can happen to you too. This can happen to you too. So most experts are going to tell you that you need to do things the hard way. So let's talk about a little bit about what the hard way is, okay? The hard way is, a lot of people are going to say you need to go to college to get a degree to do this type of work. You need to rent an office, right? You need to have the latest equipment and software. You need to invest in marketing, and you need to require hours of your time away from your home, even if you're going off to college, in order for this to happen. And honestly, that's why you've probably been struggling, because you think that that's what you need. But I'm here to tell you, you do not need that. You do not need a checklist. You do not need to take the hard way to start your own business as a bookkeeper. I promise you, you do not. Okay, you don't need any of this. You don't need to get in debt with a college degree. You don't need an office to begin with, and you don't need to invest in marketing. Okay, you do not need to spend hours a day trying to figure out how this is going to work. You do not need any of that. Okay, again, I did not finish my degree. Okay, I never had an office to begin with. I literally was working from my couch, my dining room table, from my bed sometimes. I didn't need to invest in marketing. Honestly, until today, I have not spent 1 cent on ads or any kind of marketing material for my firm. And yeah, I've already figured out a lot of things, so you don't need to spend hours and hours trying to figure this out. I am going to show you how to start your own virtual bookkeeping firm in just 8 weeks, okay? I learned when I was working at the firm, in 2 months, I learned how to do bookkeeping. And in 2 months, I started managing over 30 businesses with their monthly book jobs, payroll, liabilities, sales tax, and things like that, that a bookkeeper does. In 2 months, I learned that. So in 2 months, you can learn this too, 8 weeks, okay? So I'm gonna share with you 3 secrets that I have literally narrowed down and put together of what helped me be successful and what helped me start my business, and how I have these referrals just coming in left and right. My secret number 1 is how to find clients without ever having to compete with others, okay? You have to have that mindset, okay? We're gonna touch that in a little bit. Secret number 2 is gonna be how to be a virtual bookkeeper, even if you're just starting out and you don't have a degree or experience. We're gonna crush that secret of how that has worked for me, because you really do not need that, okay? And secret number 3, we're gonna go talk about how you can profit in just a few hours a day, so you have the rest of the day to spend with your family, okay? You don't have to go back to working 8-9 hours a day, working from home. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I literally work maybe 20-25 hours a week, and I spread those hours throughout the day. There are times that I literally only work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So we're gonna get into that once we get into secret number 3. So secret number 1, how to find clients without ever having to compete with others, okay? A lot of times people say bookkeeping is so oversaturated and too many people do this already. Where are all these clients, right? So I always thought that the only way I was gonna get clients was going to be by that referral that my dad was giving me. And honestly, for a while, I was really limiting myself to only sharing what I did with his leads. He probably sent over to me maybe like 5 clients that were being referred by him when I first started my firm. So I thought that that was the only way I was going to get clients, was through my dad. But for a while, I was just limiting myself, and I thought that that was the only way. And I actually had no online presence locally or anything. And I was, just literally doing business with people that I knew that were coming from my dad. So when we hear about starting a business, we think that it has to be an original idea and you have to specifically pick one type of business, but honestly, that is so not true, okay? And you wanna know why? Well, because per the US Census Bureau, there are approximately 32.5 million businesses all across the US, okay? Let me say that again. There is 32.5 million businesses all across the US. Wow. I mean, that is a huge pool of clients. And in reality, there are not enough bookkeepers or accountants or tax preparers to keep up with the demand of this kind of business, okay? And you know what? Every business, in order to succeed, needs a good bookkeeper and a good financing tracking system, because every business has to do a tax return, okay? We're in the US, hello. We all pay taxes, even businesses. So the need is incredible, and it is such a necessary part of every business. Every business needs to have it, honestly. Every business needs to have it. I have my little Mama Counts cup here, so. Oh, I get so excited about this. Like, I can talk about this all day. So bookkeeping is a business that will never go out of business, okay? I have built a recession-proof business. No matter what kind of pandemic happens, no matter what happens in the world, businesses keep growing, new businesses evolve, and the type of business of a bookkeeper and tax preparer, believe me, does not go out of business. And there's so much need for this type of work that there are millions of business owners that need this pain to go away. Why I mean pain is because they don't like to do this part of their business, right? And you know what? That is where you are going to come in. You're going to relieve that pain for that business owner. I like to tell my prospective clients to close the deal with them, okay? You can write this down. You can use it as well. It says that they have gotten into business because they love what they are doing, right? They're probably a construction worker, a carpenter, a painter. They probably sell clothes, etc. So I want them to focus on growing their business and doing what they love, right? So that's what I honestly literally tell my clients this. I want my clients to focus on doing what they love and to leave the finances and bookkeeping and tax stuff to me. I don't want them to stress about that. And I'm not gonna lie, every time I say that, that's another client in my books. I let them know that we're gonna work together so they are not frustrated with numbers, and it works every time, because that is what I enjoy doing. That's what I love. Like I said, I can talk about this all day, all right? So you're probably gonna be like, okay, Noemi, what's the secret sauce? Like, come on, like this, that just sounds too good to be true that you're getting clients just by saying that. And honestly, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna give you a couple more tips. So make sure you're writing this down, taking notes of what the secret sauce is, okay? What is the secret sauce to have referrals coming into you left and right? Are you ready? Are you ready to take notes on this one? Okay, you're going to partner with local bank managers who open accounts for new businesses, okay? You're gonna build relationships with your local tax preparers who only do taxes and network with them. You're gonna build a network relationship with fellow accountants, CPAs that outsource this work, okay? You will be surprised how many accountants and CPAs do not do bookkeeping. They just don't do this, okay? And especially when someone asks what you do, you are going to talk about it. You're gonna stop saying, I am just a stay-at-home mom. No, you're gonna talk about how you work from home as a virtual bookkeeper and you solve da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, okay? You need to stop saying, I am just a stay-at-home mom, okay? You need to really talk about what you are doing, okay? You're gonna attend live network events where other like-minded businesses owners like you gather and offer value to them. And you don't have to go that far, okay? Wherever you are already hanging out, I promise you there's business owners there at church, at school, you know, in your community, in social events, there are business owners there. And then just network and talk and build relationships with people. You're gonna get business cards, okay? And you're gonna leave them anywhere you go. That's gonna give you a local presence and known in your own community, okay? Business cards are not overrated. Look at, I still have mine. I still use mine, okay? I literally still share these and carry these in my purse. And whoever I come across and I speak to personally, they get a card. And I have gotten calls from that, okay? Connecting with these people is going to be key, all right? Most importantly, also setting yourself up on social media having a presence and talking about what you do, talking and engaging with people on social media, and setting yourself up for the as the expert and give value. Okay, don't just go into social media and start saying, I'm a bookkeeper, hire me, this is what I do. No, build genuine friendships, networking relationships, business relationships with these people, offer value to their posts, and just conversate. That's all you need to do. All you need to do is conversate. Okay, this will guarantee that you will never have to compete with anyone to get your own clients. I promise you, because you are standing out as the professional. You are giving value. You are giving that time of you that not everyone wants to do. Okay, and there is plenty of clients to go around. Okay, most importantly, this kind of business is always in demand. Okay, like literally every time you go to school or every time you're gonna like take your do your grocery shopping or whatnot, you're running across so many businesses, and there's always new businesses happening. One business is closed, another one happens. Okay, and you really don't have to go that far because there are hundreds of thousands of businesses happening on the internet. Okay, just go see where they're hanging out in social media, build relationships, and give value on social media. All right, so you're going to be like, okay, Noemi, how do I know that this works? Like, who are you? Like, why are you telling me this? Because I literally do this on a daily basis right now as we speak. These steps have allowed me to get known for my bookkeeping services and for helping people out with their questions, concerns, and guidance in organizing their business finances. Again, I literally have referrals just coming in from people that work with me that no longer work with me, and they just recommend me. Why? Because I've set myself up as a professional. I've built a business relationship with these clients or these prospective clients or previous clients that they have my name in mind when they're asked about a bookkeeper. Okay, so just really quick, a little bit of how my morning looks like or how my day looks like, right? When it comes to managing these clients, right? So it's important for me to start my day with following up with emails, messages, phone calls with people that need me. I time myself and I schedule about 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes in the evening to network with others and build relationships with them. When I'm on social media, I have to be really strategic because I am super guilty of just scrolling with no purpose. And you know where that goes. It goes 1 hour, 2 hours you just spent on the internet doing nothing. If you're scrolling with no purpose, you are wasting your time, mama. So I follow up also with my past clients, just checking in on them, see how they're doing, if they were able to work with the bookkeeper, or if they have any other questions. So client care is super important for me. Actually, Mondays are the day that I take the CEO of my business to actually go over all of this. So spending time in groups also is what I do. I love to respond, give value. Sometimes it's not even about bookkeeping, but I love to engage with people on social media like that. I've built some really genuine friendships by engaging that way. So I also like to follow up with my local bank manager, payroll specialist, because they are the source of some really amazing leads. And they send me leads for clients that need bookkeeping services. Have wherever you bank, right? Whoever is your banker, have a relationship with them, have a meeting with them, go open up a new bank account with them. And then at that moment is when you're talking to this business manager who is going to generate you leads. All right. I want you guys to meet somebody. This is Callie, and Callie's actually a graduated accountant. So over the summer last year, when I first launched my course, Callie took the step in upskilling her business and putting her already degree to great use. She's an accountant and an awesome mom and was searching for someone to show her the ropes of the virtual world and bookkeeping. So since working with me, Callie has branded herself. She's gained confidence in networking. She's added clients to her schedule and setting really big goals for her business and added income. And honestly, I love watching this girl post pictures about her family, the things she does with her girls, with her husband, and she gets to still build her business all from home without taking time away from those special moments of spending it with her family. I love it. Callie has actually been grown into one of a super close friend of mine, and I really enjoy watching her growth, watching her succeed. And I know working together, we've worked on strategies to help her get there, but making sure that her family is always first. So this is going to work for you if you're going to put in the work, if you're going to build relationships with people. You don't have to be salesy, but you're going to have to give value, right? And you are going to be willing to get out of your comfort zone. This is going to work for you if you are willing to do these things, okay? Remember the hard way, all right? Remember the hard way we talked about? Yeah, do you want to take the hard way, or do you want to just kind of take the more easier, relaxed way? Are we doing good? I know I am like giving you so much information, but this is some really good stuff. This is what you need to know, all right? You need to know these things in order for you to be successful in your business, all right? All right, so here we go. Secret number 2, how to become a virtual bookkeeper, even if you're just starting out without any experience or degree, okay? Again, spoiler alert, remember, I don't have a degree. So sorry, but it happens, right? So really quick story. Remember I told you that I was a teen mom? Okay, so right after high school, I went to college, and while in college, I was actually working and learning with my dad at his firm. But I actually did not start out wanting to study accounting. I actually wanted to be a photographer. Like, I really, really love photography. And I actually fought my dad in this field so much. He was always pushing me to say, be an accountant, study accounting, study business. And obviously, I've always been the rebel child. Okay, where are my rebel girls at? So I was like, nope, 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 nope. So I was studying the complete opposite. I did not want to study anything that had to do with taxes, finances, or businesses. I wasn't even good in math, okay? Honestly, when I was in school, I was not the sharpest in math. Like, so sorry to say it, but it's the truth. But having my second baby, I kind of needed more security, and I knew that something needed to change after having him. My second child, Isaac, I had him when I was 19, so I was still a teenager. And I just needed security and something better to study. So in my mind, I was determined to get my degree. I switched from photography to accounting. And my job was, my mindset was like, I'm going to study accounting, and you know, I'm going to get a job as an accountant, and I'm going to go work for somebody. But honestly, what ended up happening, life got super hard, having college, pregnant, 2 kids before 20. And my kids, again, needed my attention because they were babies, right? So I ended up quitting college and ended up getting a job that was 50 plus hours a week. Okay. And I just really got stuck in life. In my early 20s, I just really got stuck. So when I left college and I was working at this new place, I was a sales manager, and literally sucked all of my time. I was working more than 50 hours a week, and it actually put my marriage in jeopardy, my family in jeopardy, all because of 50 hours a week, and I was never home. Like, that was another breaking point to me in my early 20s, where I was like, this is not good. This is not good at all. I felt like I was working 24 hours a day, and I only slept at 8, and literally that was it. Okay. I was struggling to have time with my family, but I knew that school was not an option for me anymore. I wanted a better paying job, and I wanted a job that allowed me to have better hours from working, you know, especially during that time. But in my mind, in my early 20s, my mind was, I need a job. I wanted to get a job that will allow me to have income full year again, and not even tax time, which is why I ended up leaving my dad as well when I was in my early years in my 20s. But, you know, it was super hard. I didn't have a degree or any kind of certificate. Who would want to hire someone with no experience or degree in the accounting field? I had no time to go back to school. I really didn't. And I had no money for it either. Okay. So school really just was not an option anymore. It really wasn't. But I knew that I needed something better. So I took a leap of faith, and I went to a local accounting firm, and I asked for a job. My intention was to only work as an administrator assistant because I did have some experience in that, and I knew taxes. So I thought it would be help in the sense that hopefully that would be enough to get hired at that job. And guess what? I actually did get hired. And I was taught in 2 months bookkeeping, payroll, taxes, liability, knowledge and understanding of business, finances, and taxes, along with working over 30 book jobs for that firm. And that's that firm I talked about at the beginning, okay? So the people were very, very nice. I was super blessed, and I was, you know, I got really good bosses that were willing to teach me all of this stuff. So when I was working at the accounting firm, when I was literally taught everything, I will never forget what the accountant told me. So he asked me if I was ever going to go back to school, or if I was like thinking of going back to school. And I said, honestly, it's just super hard. I don't think I can go back. And he said something that literally blew my mind. Okay. He said, I have just taught you everything that you need. Okay. You don't need to go back to college and you don't need to get back into debt unless you want to. So unless you plan to work for someone that is going to ask you for a degree or certificate, you really don't need it. He was just an accountant. He had that was as far as he got up, but he said, honestly, I've never had to show my degree to anyone. But your knowledge that you already have and you continue to seek is way more than enough to get you going in this business. I was mind blown. I mean, this is an accountant telling me this, right? I literally felt like I was given permission to work without a degree. So what did I do? I continued to study online as much as I did while I was working at that firm. I seek knowledge. I worked even closer with the accountant to begin learning everything I could about bookkeeping and business and mastering the QuickBooks software. I read articles on the IRS websites. I took trainings. I went to seminars that the IRS offered. I literally was online and Googling a lot on how to do bookkeeping and even more how to really be good in the QuickBooks software. Now, I really specialized in QuickBooks Desktop, which is my preferred form of teaching. I mean, I was on a roll. I was just taking in all I could learn and ready to study and practice on my own. And I was able to apply it when I was at work. I really felt like a degreed accountant, not gonna lie, when I was working at the firm. So I already told you that story, right? We're not gonna get back into when I was working at the firm. It was really a true blessing. You know, I will never say anything bad about working at the firm. I learned a lot of good things, but it just did not work out for me anymore. So after that, being at the firm, right, one of the things that when I decided to be a stay-at-home mom, when I was offered the opportunity and had the opportunity to start my own bookkeeping firm, you know, the first thing that really hit me when I got these clients, it was imposter syndrome. Oh my gosh, imposter syndrome was killing me. I mean, you already, you know, it's a real thing. Like, honestly, it's this little thing, like, I call it little devil that sits on the side of you, you know, telling him, you're not good enough. You don't know what you're doing. Like, you suck. You know, who are you? You didn't finish your college degree. And I literally hated that. Like, that imposter syndrome, little sucker, little devil guy. Oh, I hated it. And it's a real thing. I'm not going to lie. But actually, this happens to more people than you think. Okay. Ask any successful business owner or even person who's a degreed accountant or, you know, has a degree. They get imposter syndrome too. Okay, they get imposter syndrome too. At some point, we all get it. But I knew that in the back of my head, I already knew bookkeeping. So when I was getting these clients, I was like, oh, I was just like listening to the nice angel on this side, and then just trying to, like, you know, take off that little devil imposter syndrome little thingamajigger. Because I knew bookkeeping. I knew that I had worked in this field already, and I continued to seek knowledge. Okay. Clients have never asked me for my degree. The IRS has never asked me for my degree. I have been able to represent clients for any kind of bookkeeping things, for any questions, any audits. I've been able to perform and do without having to ever show my degree, okay? So the fact that the IRS has never asked me for a degree, hello, I don't need a degree, okay? That just really validates it that I do not need it. So what did I continue to do? These were literally my go-to places all the time. Google, QuickBooks, IRS, and YouTube. YouTube became my new Netflix, but I wasn't watching makeup videos on YouTube. I wasn't watching, you know, fun things in YouTube. I was literally on there trying to learn from so many people that have some really, really good stuff on YouTube to continue to expand my education. When I first started to as well, to continue to get more practice and experience, I actually started to practice with my own bank statements. And I treated my home as a business. And that allowed me to continue to gain experience in QuickBooks. Now, this actually happened to be such a blessing as well, because the more I treated my house like a business, I actually started to save a lot of money. So if you're not using, you know, QuickBooks, or if you want to know how can I get experience with using QuickBooks on a real life scenario, turn your house into a business, manage it like a business, put it in QuickBooks, you're gonna save money. I promise you will. So who does this work for, right? This is gonna work for the daring, the brave, the I can do this kind of mama, you know, just someone who is a huge knowledge seeker, okay? Because you will never, ever stop seeking knowledge, okay? And that is going to be something you hear me say a lot. Seek knowledge, seek knowledge, seek knowledge, because you need to keep growing always, 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 always. Do you think a doctor stops studying? No. So as a bookkeeper, as a tax preparer, you should not stop studying, okay? Once again, I have proven to you that you do not need a degree, okay? You do not need years and years of experience. All of my experience, has been put together on something for you. You don't need a whole setup to start your firm, honestly. The only things that I ever had was a computer, QuickBooks, and the internet. And even the internet, if you do not have the internet, go to the library, go to somewhere that offers free Wi-Fi. So we have just talked about my second secret that I did, all the things and tools that I used to start my own business without a degree, okay? So we're gonna get into secret number 3. Secret number 3 is how I profit in just a few hours a day so you can spend the rest of your day being available to your family. Now, I always hear saying that money is time and time is money, right? Well, to me, time is life, because time is something that we cannot get back when it's gone, and money will always come eventually. Like, I missed out so much in the first years of my 2 boys' life that I really regret it. I really, really have that guilt in me, honestly. So I knew that I needed to protect my time from work, like protecting my family's time, which was my priority number 1 from my work, that my business was growing, was my number 1 priority. I had challenges as well. Even as I was running my business from home, I had these challenges. I had a baby under 3 when I started my business. I was home and having to get still house chores done, like those didn't go away, right? And I didn't want to turn my time as if I was working full-time again. So it made no sense for me to work from home, but still work 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a day consistently. Like, what's the whole point then, right? And I really only wanted to work part-time hours. Like, I wanted 4-day weekends, even as a business owner. I mostly wanted to get up and leave whenever I wanted to without having to ask for permission or say, I cannot go because I have this client work to do. So as I was building my business, these were some of the challenges that I started to face. At some point, I felt that there was not enough time or hours in the day to get my work done. And I had to be there for my kids. I wanted to, because that was my main reason why I was going to work from home, right? Like, I started to struggle how to make dinner, having dinner on time, and then even just running all over the place again, because I was doing all of my stay-at-home duties, right? But I started to get overwhelmed with work because I needed to turn in and I couldn't finish it on time, or I was working super, super crazy late hours because I was not scheduling my time right. So I needed a home and business time management system, because I love to organize. I do love organization. Like, if things are not organized in my life, I go crazy. And I had to look at how I was spending my time and what I was doing that was not productive for my home or for my business. So for a week, I made notes of how my day was like. I started to track every day from the moment I got up, all my tasks and the time that it took me to do. I started to see where my time was being spent the most, how much time I was wasting in other things or spending times in things that weren't necessary. I literally would write down how much time it took me to go pick up my kids from school, to come back, how long I took in the bathroom, okay? It was little things like that that I really had to analyze. How my time was being spent, how my day was being spent, okay? So I had to be super wise about my mornings, especially with my kids, because that was time when I was getting them ready to go to school. I knew that that wasn't a time for me to work. So I really had to make sure that my time throughout the day was broken down for me to make conscience of how my time was being spent. So I ended up working and time blocking on my Google Calendar. Like, how many of you ladies here use Google Calendar? Oh my gosh, I love it with my life. It has been a game changer. It was introduced to me by someone about how to time block, how to color code and everything. And I have put this into practice with my life and my business, and it is the best thing that ever happened to me. So if you are not using Google Calendar, oh my gosh, mamas, you are missing out, because this literally has helped me create routines that I want to do and make sure that I have time to getting my school stuff, my kids to school and their schoolwork done, and have enough time for my work as well, all right? And I literally sometimes schedule to make sure that I shower. Like, I'm guilty of that. I'm not gonna lie. So I literally have just gone over with you how I profit in just a few hours a day so that I can spend the rest of the day with my family. I'm promising you that once you have your time blocked out and scheduled and have found a routine that works for you, working from home is going to be literally in just pockets of times that you have available. Maybe when the baby is sleeping, maybe when the kids are in school, that is your time to work because you have that availability. Look for those pockets of time throughout the day, analyze how your week is going, and then time block with your Google Calendar. So I have shared with you my 3 secrets, okay? Secret number 1, how I find clients without ever having to compete with others. Secret number 2, how I became a virtual bookkeeper without any degree. You know, I literally, again, do not have a degree. And secret number 3, how I profit in just a few hours a day so you can spend the rest of the day being available for your family. That is my favorite part. I'm not gonna lie. I literally do take 4-day weekends and I work Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Sometimes I'll work on a Monday and I won't work on Wednesday and stuff like that. And I get to arrange that. Like, that is amazing that I get to arrange and pick when I wanna work and what times I wanna work. So let me ask you a question. If I was able to solve all the issues of why you cannot start your own bookkeeping firm and supplied you with all the tools, all the training, all the support, and active participation from me and other professionals, do you think you can do this? Do you think you can do this as well? I mean, I've literally shown you what I've done in my life and how I run my business. And I'm being honest, I do this on a daily basis. Do you think you can do this? What do you think? If I teach you how to start your own bookkeeping firm, then you will be able to be home. You'll be able to make some money and you're not going to have to sacrifice time with your family. Okay? I promise you. That's what's going to happen. So I want to introduce you the Mom Accounts Bookkeeping course. This is just for you. All right? This is for you. Let's look at what's inside the course. Mom Accounts Bookkeeping course is a virtual online course that will teach you all that you need to learn bookkeeping, brush up on your skills in bookkeeping, and set yourself up for success in your new business and able to get clients. Everything you need to start making money from home as a virtual bookkeeper. Module number 1, we kind of go into laying the groundwork, right? We go into the basics, just kind of knowing why you need to do this, why you have to do this, and really fully committing to making this happen. We go over to some required softwares. In the second module, we're going to learn the skill of bookkeeping. Learning the skills of bookkeeping, I'm talking about accounting 101, different business entities, new business startups, you know, how to start up QuickBooks, understanding what a sole proprietor is, what a LLC is, what a S Corp is, what a corporation is. This is super important to know because this is kind of like that theory behind QuickBooks. If you don't understand how businesses operate, you can't be a bookkeeper without knowing how your business operates or how these different businesses operate, because you're going to have a variety of different clients. So I have dedicated 2 modules, especially learning about this, okay? In module number 4, we're also going to dive into about payroll. Payroll is a service that a bookkeeper can definitely also do. So knowing how to do payroll, knowing how to, the terminology, how to pay these taxes and things like that, I'm going to teach you how that gets done. In module number 5, we're going to talk about QuickBooks reports, company, and responsibilities. Like, what are these reports saying? How do I read a profit and loss statement? What does the balance sheet do? Like, what is a general ledger? You know, things like that we're going to go into and learn on module 5. Module number 6, we're going to dive into structuring your own business, all the legal things you need to do, how to set yourself up as a single member, LLC, sole prop, whatever kind of business decision you decide to do, and how to set up a marketing plan and things like that. I'm going to teach you how to build a network with professionals that are going to actually need your services. Module number 7, we're going to talk about pricing. We're going to talk about knowing how to price your services, knowing how to, you know, become this irresistible offer that you're going to have for your clients because they're going to want to work with you. And module number 8, we're going to dive in. Oh, I can't talk anymore. We're going to dive in on how you can have social media presence, how to reach these clients, how to close these clients, and make sure that you are making more than $1,000 a month with little of 2 to 3 clients, honestly. That's all you really need in order for you to start making $1,000 a month or more. So it's going to cover all the trainings that you need to understand bookkeeping, the language spoken, hands-on training of examples, accounting 101, and understanding the bookkeeping world. My course has been elaborated in comparison to a bookkeeping certification from a community college. So it's mirroring what you would get if you go to community college. And I made sure that I have covered what you need to know about bookkeeping and businesses and accounting basics. That is super important for you to know. So I want you to know why I created this. I created this for you moms, especially for you, because I know that struggle. I am a mother. I know how it feels to want to work, but you know you want to be there for your children. I made this for you as well because I want to see you generate income. I want to have, I mean, we're in 2020 now, right? Like it's so important and necessary even for mom and dad to work. But it's also so important for mom and dad or someone to be home with these kids. Like we can't just leave them and say, see you later, I'm going to work, and drop them off at school and expect for them to, you know, do things on their own. When our kids are little, they need us. And honestly, as a teenager, I have a teenager right now, and as teenagers, they need us even more. I'm not gonna lie, they need us to be home. So I created this because I want you to also make sure that you're generating income while being there for your kids. And honestly, mamas, honestly, I made this because I want you to be a mama who counts. What does that mean? Being a mama who counts is that you're going to be an amazing professional. You're going to be working in a respectable field, being literally team members, a valued person to businesses, reliable, trustworthy people that are going to want your professional services. Here's some of the ladies I want you guys to meet. This is Leah. She took my course last year as well, and it's so beautiful what she's done, growing her knowledge, you know, expanding her network, and just literally having this option to grow as a mama who counts and starting her own firm as well. This is Tara. She actually worked also with me not too far back. And actually, she's also super amazing. She's an amazing mother because she took this initiative to invest in herself for her growing family. And being able to participate and have these tools and have this ability to continue growing in her field, actually literally coming from not knowing so much about bookkeeping, but literally knowing how to do this skill is allowing her to grow as a business and as a mom too, and as a professional. This is Kyra. Oh my gosh, Kyra is super amazing. When she took my course back in, I want to say November, December, when she finished the course, she landed her first client. And she has imposter syndrome like crazy. And we still talk sometimes, but I'm not going to lie, it happens to all of us and it's okay. But she has a client, she has a paying client, she's growing her business, she's continuing to expand her network, and now also gets to work from home. I believe she was actually working as a teacher and was going to go back to school to finish something, but she found this course and she said, nope, I am working on my business. I know what you're going to say, mamas, and I've heard this before. You're going to say, Noemi, I really just don't have time for this. But you know what, mamas? Do not worry because I have you covered, okay? Do not worry. Noemi is here because I have something for you called the Mastering Home and Business Like a Boss, okay? So you're going to get the Mastering Home and Business Like a Boss, and I got you, mama, okay? This is a budget binder system that's actually going to help you save money and track your home finances for whatever you're going to need, right? This is also going to help you and teach you how to manage and protect your time with your family, setting boundaries, setting scheduling, when you're available, and how to tell your clients when you're available. You're also going to get this meal planner. Oh my gosh, this meal planner has been a life changer for me because it has taught me how to plan my meals for the week. So that way I'm not wasting time and energy trying to figure out what am I going to make for dinner, and how I grocery shop, like really, really simple. So I got that for you, okay? And I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, Mom, Noemi, but I don't have experience in this field. I have no degree, or I haven't worked in this in a long time. You know what, mamas? Don't worry. I got you because I have the Bookkeeper's Informational Toolkit right for you, okay? In this toolkit, you're going to have your basic QuickBooks Online training and how you can get certified for free. Now, quick disclaimer, I do not go into depth with QuickBooks Online because you can learn how to do QuickBooks Online for free. I don't want to teach you something that you can learn for free. I can support you and be there for it, but you're going to know where you can get that certification for free. And you're going to know how QuickBooks Online looks like. And I'm also going to show you another super awesome accounting system software called Wave Apps. This Wave Apps is free that you can use as well for new businesses. I recommend 100%. It is super easy to know and understand, and I'm going to teach you how to use that software too. You're going to get a huge list of free continuing education resources for you to keep seeking knowledge, okay? You're going to hear me say this all the time. Seek knowledge, seek knowledge, seek knowledge. Let me take off my glasses. I know sometimes you can't see me. Seek knowledge, okay? Do not stop seeking knowledge. You're also going to get a glossary, an ebook with all of the accounting bookkeeping terms that you need to know so you speak and understand the language of bookkeeping and accounting. Now, I know you're going to say, you're going to have another excuse, and you're going to say, but I don't know how to get clients. Do not worry, mamas, okay? You're going to get a list of 50 plus businesses that need your services, okay? In this list, you're going to have over so many business industries, so you can have an idea of who you want to contact, who you want to work with, and, you know, literally pick the businesses. And you're going to actually get, you know, links, connections of where you can find these clients so you can start reaching out to potential people. The other thing you're going to get as well, you're going to get a 30-minute call with me one-on-one to jumpstart your business, or whenever you just need some self-love reminder, okay? I am going to be available to you to book a call throughout the course when you need me personally. We also have what is the free Mom Accounts bookkeeping community, where I'm always hanging out there as well. So let's look at what you're going to get. You're going to get the Mom Accounts Bookkeeping 8-week course, a $6,997 value. You are going to get the Mastering Home and Business Like a Boss at $997. You're also going to get the Bookkeeper's Informational Toolkit at $497 a month. You're going to get the 50 plus list of people, of businesses that need your services and how to find them, $397 value. You're going to get a 30-minute call one-on-one with me for $297 value. So the total value of this is $9,185, okay? This is what you're gonna get, right? So sounds good, right? Sounds good? What do you think? Pretty good, right? So remember the hard way? Remember when we talked about the hard way, going back to school, spending a lot of time, you know, trying to figure this out on your own. You know, you're just gonna be struggling by yourself, okay? And ain't nobody got time for that. I love this GIF because ain't nobody got time for that, because I'm going to be saving you time, money, and headaches, okay? Remember, I have over 10 years of experience. I worked many years at a firm to put this together, and everything that I know in my brain, everything that my network connections and everything, you're going to have it at your fingertips, okay? So can I just make this a little bit more like awesome? Like, can I give you more things for you to be successful? Like, can I do that, please? I really do want to give you more stuff. I promise you I do. Because this is what you're going to also need, okay? You're going to need systems and tracking resources to run your own firm. Now, as a bookkeeper, you're still operating a business, so you need to know how to operate your own business. You need to have these systems and tracks to know what you can operate as a bookkeeper, to keep yourself organized on a monthly basis, especially when you're just starting out, right? Like, you need to have some kind of system. You're also going to get the Bookkeeper's PDF library. Oh my gosh, this PDF library, okay, is super awesome, because without this library, you know, and the tracking resource, it would be kind of hard to not run your firm without a guide. And I know it's hard, but this is going to be a really awesome guide, because everything that's inside this library is 8 tools that every bookkeeper needs, 6 reasons to hire a bookkeeper, ways to attract your clients, conversating with prospective clients, finding your ideal clients, system and tracking resources. I mean, I have literally written out conversations that I had with my prospective clients that I have used, and literally you can just copy and paste or read those conversations to close your clients. So let's look again what you're going to get. You're going to get the Mom Accounts Bookkeeping course, 8-week course, $6,997 value. The Mastering Home and Business Like a Boss, $997 value. Bookkeeper's Informational Toolkit, $497. The 50 plus list of who needs your services and how to find them, $397 value. 30-minute call one-on-one with me, a $297 value. Systems and tracking resources for your firm of $197 value, and the Bookkeeper's PDF library, which is $197 value. So the total value on that is $9,579. Wow. All right. And there's actually one more thing I want to give you. I really, really, really want to over deliver and make sure that you are set up for success. And I want to make sure that you're going to be making money. Okay. So one more bonus that I'm going to add on there for you. I am going to add a training on how to create passive income. What is passive income? Is money that's coming to you without you actually doing the work. So I'm going to teach you how to automate payroll and be an affiliate, how making quarterly tax payments or estimated tax payments can make you money, how to do annual or quarterly cleanup jobs, and literally you're only working every 3 months for people, and you're going to get paid for that. I'm going to teach you how to become a notary. I am also a public notary, and I get, business here and there for that. How to partner with certified financial planners for commission, and how you can train QuickBooks to your clients and still get paid for that, okay? Don't train people for free. That is your time. Value your time, mamas. Oh, this is super amazing. So I just really want to show you everything that you're getting, okay? All those bonuses and that added bonuses that I'm going to get to you. I mean, this is all really, really, really good stuff. Like, this is pretty amazing, okay? So the whole value of everything that I'm giving to you and everything that I'm putting into this course is $10,076, okay? So if all this did was literally give you the opportunity to make extra cash, would it be worth it? If all this did was give you extra time with your family, would it be worth it? If all this did was give you the knowledge you need to learn the skill of bookkeeping, would it be worth it? If all this did was get you started with your business, set you up for success and running your own business, would it be worth it, mamas? Honestly, let me know. Would it be worth it? If all this did was provide you the tools and the support you need to run your business, would it be worth it, mamas? So I actually had two choices, okay? My first option way back in the day was like keep working at the farm and putting my family second. And then I also had a second option. I could just stay at home, right? I did not need to fulfill my desire to earn money or have a career, and be there for my family. Like I had those two choices. I could have done either or. Like I could have. But what's the Mom Account bookkeeping course worth to you? Okay. To me, it's worth way more because I have never been able to miss a family event, any of my kids' activities, any school event, because I've been able to work on my terms, schedule my own time, and that is priceless. That is super, super priceless to me. So why is this investment necessary? Because the value is so great. And if I knew what I know now, that doing this would allow me to make money and be there for my family, I would have honestly paid way more than that. I would have, saved so many years of just struggling, of being in, student debt, because I actually still have student loan debt. And, I knew that I was going to be able to do this. Like if I knew this in my early 20s, I would have never gone to work at that 50+ hour job. Like if I knew that coming out of high school or being a teen mom, that I could do this, like I would never have wasted my time in jobs or things that were not going to be productive for me. I just knew that I could, I knew that I was going to be able to do this. So let's look again real quick. The total value is $10,076, okay? So the course cost is $1,497, all right? That is how much the course goes for. But because you've been with me all this webinar, I want to offer you the course for $997. Only $997 for you today. Now, you're going to have two choices as well, okay? Your first option, you're going to do nothing, go on about your day, do not take action. You're like, hey, Noemi, this was cool. I learned a lot of really cool tips. It was awesome for hanging out with you. And you just go on about your day. Your second option is you're going to invest in yourself and your family so you can take action, change your current situation, and become a mama who counts, okay? What option are you going to make? You have one or the other, right? You have one or the other, all right? So you can actually get started right now going to the momaccounts.com website. So the real question is it worth wasting time, money, energy, trying to figure this out on your own and wanting to do this? When you could be doubling your investment in as little as 2 months and having a running business with a proven system that I have created. Again, real quick, let's go back into what you're all getting. I mean, this is a lot of really, really good stuff. You know, again, you're gonna have all of this in this course, and it's 10,076 value. Okay, that's the value of it. Like honestly, probably even more, because honestly, my college classes cost me more than $10,000, and I never even finished. So I'm in debt with something that I don't even have. Like that's not cool. So these are just some of the things that some of my students have said that I worked with. I had to scribble out their faces and colors for privacy, but these are real life ladies that I've been working with that are landing clients, you know, are growing in knowledge, are, you know, really enjoying the accountability and the support that happens in the group. These are some more ladies who have, you know, gotten their first client and stuff like that. Like, this is just amazing. Like, it's not just me, ladies. There's so many girls who have already taken the course and are doing amazing, amazing things. So just to put a cherry on top, all of my students, when you're done with the course, you're actually going to get a certificate of completion, and you're going to get an I Count t-shirt swag. Like, this is just going to be something to show and prove as a pride and joy. You're going to get your shirt, wear it proud, say it loud that you count, and you're going to get a really nice certificate that you get to hang on your office, show off, because hey, it's hard work. You're going to learn a lot. So you deserve to feel accomplished. And if the certificate makes you feel accomplished, you're going to get one, mama, once you're done with the course. So real quick, mamas, don't worry. I know you're thinking, oh, Noemi, money is really tight for me right now, but do not worry, because payment plan options are available. All right. It's good. I promise you, this is going to be really good. You can make one payment of $997, right? Make this investment. You can make an investment of 3 payments of $397, or you can make the investment of 7 payments at $197, okay? So there's definitely payment plan options available for you, all right? So you can get started right now at www.momaccounts.com. I know some of you might have some questions, and if you have further questions, you can always go to hello@momaccounts.com. And I just want to leave this here with you so you can kind of see those payment plan options. So again, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to be here with me, to share this with me. And I really hope that, you know, took some really good value on this training. You took some good tips, you took some good notes. And if you have any questions, please send me an email at hello@momaccounts.com. And I can't wait to get the honor to work with you to help you build your business. Talk to you later, ladies. Bye.